Nussmeier, Xavier Thomas, Ryan Kelly, and the LSU Tigers welcome Marcel Reed, Mario Craver, Cashius, Howell, and the Texas A&M Aggies hit Death Valley for a primetime Saturday night matchup. So fired up for this one just because LSU lost to Vanderbilt. Their season is still fully out in front of them. 2 SEC losses, they are fully in this thing. They get a win at home against Texas A&M. Something that people are overlooking. They lost to Ole Miss on the road. They lost to Vanderbilt on the road. They get Texas A&M in their house at night in Death Valley. Still arguably the toughest place to play in college football. Just ask Texas A&M how much they wish that they could have this game in their building. Texas A&M coming off of a game where they gave up 42 points. We know that the offense can get going. I love what I saw out of Marcel Reed. He was fantastic on the day. Accuracy, that's the key, that he could complete a higher percentage of his passes, over 70%, get somewhere around 70%. That's exactly what he did, something we haven't seen from him on the season. 280 yards, 3 touchdowns on the day. Not just that, the effectiveness of this ground game, over 6 yards a carry, 217 yards. But again, that was not the question mark for this team going into this game. They had been better with a third down defense, but Arkansas, Taylor Green was lighting that thing up. 256 yards, 3 touchdowns. He adds another 85 and 2 touchdowns on the ground. Taylor Green was incredible. The run game produced 268 yards for Arkansas. Mike Washington was killing them throughout the day. One positive here for A&M is that LSU has not been an explosive running team. Frankly, they have not at all been overall an explosive offense. It felt like this was one of the best LSU running games of the season, and still 100 total rushing yards, 21 attempts for just under 5 yards a carry. A nice attack from Garrett Nussmeier, but 225, 2 touchdowns. We've seen quarterbacks come up with nice performances on the road before. That was very tough to do from Nussmeier. He stepped up, but when it mattered the most, you have to be straight here. Have to shoot straight and true. 2 drives in that fourth quarter, down 7, the chance to tie it, and they could not. I don't even think they got more than a first down on those 2 possessions. Couldn't get it done against Vanderbilt on the road against that team. And now they get a chance at home against A&M. And this is an A&M offense that's got a little bit more firepower than what Vandy does. No disrespect to Cedric Alexander, Diego Pavia, and Junior Sherrill, but that is not Casey Concepcion and Mario Craver. These guys are unbelievable. How explosive Craver is, Concepcion, how he can go up and attack the football. Not just them, they've got a number 3 now, Ashton Bethel Roman. Welcome to the party, my friend. Have yourself a day. 83 yards in a tub against Arkansas, coming up in a big spot, making impact plays. Look, these guys are getting all of that attention. What does that do? It opens up Marcel Reed with the ground game. It opens up Ruben Owens. It opens up them to be able to establish a balance. They can run it to pass it now because teams are not wanting to allow the deep ball, not wanting them to have the explosive down the field. So you start trickling. You get the football down the field. You're efficient. 4, 5, 6 yards of play, marching it down the field, and then what does that do? It allows your defense to stay a little bit fresher. Look, explosive 2-3 play drives are great, but what about 10, 11 plays, 7-8 minutes, taking the time off, keeping your defense fresh? That's something that I think A&M kind of needs to do because LSU looks to be the type of offense that will do that. They were explosive. Look, Xavier Thomas, have yourself a pull-away touchdown in a major moment. He did a great job. Trey'Dez Green, I mean, the tight end, he had the 50-50 ball against Clemson. That's how everyone remembered him. And then he had a larger factor 2 weeks ago. And this past week, he gets his targets, 5 receptions, 74 yards, and the touchdown. Trey'Dez Green, if I'm A&M, that's a guy I don't even know if we have an answer for. The only answer at this stage for Trey'Dez Green is someone on the defensive line like Dalton Brooks, 2.5 tackles for loss. Get in the backfield. He had a sack on the quarterback of Reed. Get in the backfield, disrupt so that Trey'Dez Green can't be that much of a factor. Cashius Howell probably been the best defensive line player in the Southeast Conference to this point in the season, maybe in all of college football. How do you affect the passing attack? Well, it's getting to the quarterback. It is making it tough on Garrett Nussmeier to have time to throw, to accurately deliver the ball. Because there's one thing we know about Nussmeier. He's good enough to operate, to navigate the pocket, deliver the ball downfield. He's not an elite athlete to be able to just kill you with his legs. A game like Marcel Reed running, a game like Taylon Green running the ball 12 times for 85 yards and 2 touchdowns, that's just not going to come out of Garrett Nussmeier. He's good to give you, 3-4 carries, run for maybe a first down on the day, but that's about it. He's great with the footwork in the pocket. Now, where am I a bit excited in this game for LSU? Well, you're going against the mobile quarterback in Marcel Reed. I'm looking at you, number 7, Harold Perkins. He just didn't play to his standard against Diego Pavia. He got burnt a couple of times, just straight. He just gave him the edge, and Diego Pavia shows the wheels, and Harold Perkins isn't able to catch up. I saw a good play out of Wes Weeks. Brother goes down. Whit Weeks isn't there. What is the status of Whit Weeks? It certainly hurt LSU. There was almost no gap or rush integrity at times. You let Diego Pavia run for 86 yards and 2 touchdowns. Something that the Texas A&M Aggie fans are quite familiar with at this stage. Where's the rush integrity? That we stay in lanes, that the quarterback's able to just scamper for 11, 12 yards, a first down, 3rd and 8. People get out of their lanes and you open something up. You get too far up the field, it opens up a lane for a quarterback to rush for a first down. It will be pivotal for the linebackers in this game to play well. I'm looking at you, one of my favorite guys in the country, Scooby Williams. I love this kid. I love his name. I love the style that he plays with. 6'2", 230 pounds. He comes downhill. He hits. Fun linebacker play, Texas A&M versus LSU. It just gets you excited, this matchup. Death Valley at night. It's going to be dark. It's in October now. This game's not in late August. So it'll be dark by either kickoff or definitely by the second quarter when that comes around. The environment will be crazy just because there's 2 losses for LSU. Do not get it wrong. Like, this team is down and out. My only thing is with the Tigers at this stage, with Brian Kelly, how confident is he in his offensive line, in his ground game, to still have a push? That was the questions he had to answer earlier part of the season. I want to know, why can't you run the ball, Brian? And he gets defensive and he defends his team. Win against Florida, they threw 5 interceptions. Okay, Clemson, just not a very good football team overall. Clearly, to beat A&M, they have to win the time of possession battle or just get turnovers and force Marcel Reed to turn the football over. This offense is too explosive. There's too many weapons for them to attack you with, including their quarterback's legs on the ground, the balanced attack passing the football. LSU needs to maintain time of possession, march the football down, keep their defensive line fresh, keep their backers fresh. They will be chasing around that jackrabbit in Reed the entire night. They have to be fresh when they get on the field. Can they, 1st and 10, pick up 5? Pick up 4. 3rd and 1, Nussmeier hand off to Durham, pick up the first down. Then it's Anderson for 6. And then it's straight as Green for 5. First, march down the field, time of possession, limit the amount of possessions in this game. Truly believe that's what it needs to be. Brian Kelly and his conversation with his coordinator and Blake Baker, defensive coordinator. I truly think that A&M, if they get more possessions, it absolutely favors them. It favors any offense, especially one that has this array of weapons, is like, how can I help you attack this team? How can we stay aggressive against A&M as a team overall? What does that look like? All right, maybe it's calling 10 or 12 more runs, right? They have 49, I believe, total plays as an offense. Against Vanderbilt, the time of possession is 36-23. LSU wasn't terrible on 3rd down. They're 5 of 11. Vanderbilt wasn't crazy on 3rd down. They're 6 of 13. The time of possession needs to be in LSU's favor. That's exactly what I'm looking like. Look, I have a lot of faith in Texas A&M. They can get pressure on Nussmeier and disrupt it, but there's a certain thing about an environment in LSU. Garrett Nussmeier has shown that he is less prone to turn the football over in key moments. He's looked like he's wanted to against Florida, against Vanderbilt. It's looked like he wants to throw that pick in the end zone this past week. Oh my goodness. Like, he's just almost trying to give the ball away in the red zone, but he didn't do it. It didn't happen. They didn't actually pick the football off. I'm going to do it. I'm going to take LSU to get the win against Texas A&M and hand them their first loss of the season. Now, Texas A&M, completely different story from LSU. They can actually afford a loss, and they can lose a game on the road. It doesn't at all kill them. This is the type of spot where it just further solidifies them as a power in the SEC, as a chance to get into the SEC championship game. Because frankly, on that schedule, it's at Missouri and then Texas at the end of the season. That game will be on the road. And that's about it. South Carolina, does that game look like the way that it did in September or in April, knowing that that's what the schedule would look like? For LSU, though, we know that this team had these road games. They would have to beat a Vanderbilt on the road or an Ole Miss, and they're not able to do it. It puts you up against the wall because guess what? You still have Alabama on the road. You still have Oklahoma and John Mateer, if he's available, on the road. I was coming into this saying, LSU, you have to win all of your home games, and you have to get 2 of the 4 against Vandy, Bama, Oklahoma, Ole Miss on the road. Now, they put themselves in a massive corner where they are going to have to beat Oklahoma on the road and beat Alabama on the road. Otherwise, they will not be playing in the college football playoff. But in order to get to any of that, they need to beat Texas A&M at home. I think that they pull off the win and are able to do it. I've got faith in Garrett Nussmeier. 26-23. He plays a heck of a game. This LSU defense can still show that they are one of the best units in college football, getting pressure on the quarterback. Mansour Delane playing freakish type football. Could be a top 15, 20 pick in the 2026 NFL draft. He's unbelievable in the back end. LSU 26-23. Let me know down below in the comments whether you agree, disagree with that prediction. Fired up for this game. We got implications now. Week 9. We're halfway through the season and barreling towards a hectic end to October. Let me know what you think about this matchup. Does A&M get their first loss, or am I crazy? They continue to be undefeated and they get their 8th win, move to 8-0, and look like the best of the best. Them and Bama on a collision track, maybe in the SEC championship game. I appreciate you so much. If you have not already, please subscribe for more Blitz with Blender content in the future. I make NFL and college videos every day. Please subscribe for more, and I guarantee you it's going to be fun. We're passionate so much about the sport. This is all we do, talk and watch college and NFL football. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Thank you. Best player in college football. That Georgia and Ohio State game, New Year's Eve, is going to be a classic.
Josh Blender. Hi, everybody. I'm Josh Blender. To the 40, 35.